Welcome back to PM Agenda and what is the 10th anniversary of the Republic referendum. My panel of guests have been looking at why that referendum was voted down and where Australia is heading to now on this very controversial issue. Michael Keating in Canberra, can we just talk with you about the pros and cons of the different sort of models that are on offer, directly electing a head of state or having Parliament electing the head of state? What do you think seems to be the most popular? Your poll today has given us some idea.
I think just before we do, actually, I'd like to just return to the subject of the Queen for a moment, because some of the other speakers have emphasised or de-emphasised her role. And it's important for us to understand that this issue is not really about the Queen. I think Mr Abbott made the point that we admire the Queen and she's a product of the monarchy, and that's true. People are not, unmindful of the job that the Queen has done over a long period of time. But she's the product of an English-German family. She's lucky that there were no men available. She's an Anglican, and she's in that position because of her birthright. It's not the sort of thing that reflects our egalitarian Australian ethos, where we respect people who get there by hard work. We respect all religions equally, we respect women equally. So this sort of head of state we have doesn't reflect our values, and to go on and think about waiting until the Queen either abdicates or dies before we consider this issue is really quite bizarre, because this is her death or abdication is not an event that can be controlled by us. It's something that's going to happen in a foreign country. And this issue, this Republic issue, is an Australian issue. It's our issue. We don't need people from another country telling us when we can or can't talk about it. We should seize the nettle, we should adopt a joint party approach, and we should give the people a chance to speak.
But again, Michael, it takes us back to the issue of how exactly all of that can happen, and the models is the real sticking point.
Well, the models are of course only one aspect of becoming a republic. I mean, I can give you some other parts of the fundamentals of being a republic before we get to how we're going to elect or select the head of state. How about saying, for example, that we want an Australian citizen to be our head of state, that we want all references to the monarchy and the Queen to be deleted from the Constitution, that we want our head of state to have powers that are roughly equivalent to the current Governor-General's powers, and that we want our head of state only to be able to be dismissed by a substantial joint vote of the federal parliament. I mean, those sort of fundamentals are a very important part of any kind of model you're talking about.
I can see.
We seem to be focused only on one aspect, that is, how is the head of state going to be elected or appointed?